Hi, we have in front of us an endgame challenge where it is black to play and win. Now this is a bishops of opposite colour with equal pawns, so generally you would expect this to end in a draw. However, black does have a pass pawn on the c line. Now if he can manage to queen this, the game is all over. So black's plan usually in a position like this will be to try and make sure that white cannot stop that pawn from queening. However, what I quickly noticed in this is that it's not going to happen that way. Black will not queen his c pawn. That's a clue for anyone wanting to solve this. By all means, you can check out variations that lead you on to believe that you might be able to, but I've subjected this to exhaustive analysis and I can tell you that the c pawn cannot make it. However, there is a nice little sneaky move here on the part of black. Just take a few moments to look at it and I'll give you the key move. The key move is generally a quiet move, and this has happened in previous compositions on my channel where it's a quiet move and it tends to be with a piece that you wouldn't ordinarily think would be the one to apply the first move. Just take a quick look at it. Okay, well, just before I give you the key move, what must be noticed is that an immediate c4 would be a big mistake because it would enable white to play d6 check and then the bishop picks up the pawn. So the premise here generally, of course, will be to block d6, either by an immediate d6 or maybe a check with the bishop forcing the king to come here and then king d6. But like I've just explained, I've subjected this to quite a lengthy analysis and none of those variations works. And I did try bishop g3 check, king f5, and then the next move, but the next move is the one that I have done a Cecil Purdy on, and I have substituted it for the first move. Can you see it? Well, the key move is king to f8. It's a quiet move and it's threatening white's bishop. Now, I can tell you that this bishop cannot be saved because it can't go to f7, the king would take it. It can't go to e6 because the pawn would take it. And then there wouldn't be any difficulty in queening this pawn. The only move that it can play is to here. And of course then black nicely goes here. Now the bishop can only go to f5, and you might say, oh well, that's fine, let's put that on f5. So can you see what would happen at that stage? Well, it wouldn't be black to play and win. It'd be black to say, checkmate, mate. What do you think about that? Isn't that amazing? So that wouldn't be of any use at all. So we'll put these back for a moment. We'll go back to the original position and we'll play king f8 again. So I think we've ascertained that he cannot save that bishop. And this is where I thought, no, king f8 for black on the first move is no good because of this. King d6. He's sacrificing the bishop. So what does black play there? Does he take the bishop? Just have a look at it. Well, the problem is if black plays c4, then white can move in here with bishop h7. And of course, if black plays c3, then it's e5, and this bishop nicely stops the pawn from queening. This is the real problem with trying to queen this pawn. This is what I was meaning just a moment ago. So put that back. So we played king f8, king d6. c4 just doesn't work because of bishop h7. So what does black do there then? Does he take the bishop? Well, he does, in fact. King g8, yes. And now I can tell you that if white takes this d pawn, then this pawn can queen. And I've put it to rigorous analysis. So really the only answer in that position is to play here. Now what white is banking on is, although sacrificing the bishop, he has these two connected pawns here. And if he can win this one, then he's home and dry just about. But he can't. The problem there is, what is the problem? Well, the problem is that d6 is the winning square. Black would like to play d6 on the move, but he can't because the pawn wouldn't be protected there. So what does black do then to prepare d6? Okay, he now plays bishop g3. This is in total reverse to the original analysis, isn't it, where we play bishop g3 check and then the other moves. Now we play bishop g3. So what does white do there? The problem is, if he allows black to play d6 like this, the game is all over. For the simple reason, if you just have a look here for a moment, if he were to play like this and allow black to play that, there is nothing then that white can do to stop this king eventually winning this pawn. And again, I've subjected it to pretty strenuous analysis. So believe me when I tell you that he cannot allow d6. So he has to play d6 himself, which he does. So the move so far is for black 1 king f8, 2 king d6, 2 for black king g8, 3 for white king c5, and 3 for black bishop g3. And now white has played 4 d6. So what happens here? Well, black plays king to f7. White would like to play e5, but he can't because the bishop would stop him. So he plays king to d5, preparing it. So then black plays king f6, stopping it. Now what does white do in this position? The problem for white here is that he cannot protect e6. And as soon as black puts that king on e6, the d pawn falls. We agree that e5 is not an option with the bishop and the king there. So no matter where the king moves in that position, it can't go here, of course. So let's just say it went here or here. Let's just try that, and you go here. The d pawn falls, and then next the e pawn would fall, and there's a bishop and a pawn against a king, and that is a definite win. Try all the other analysis by all means if you want, but that I think is the main couple of lines with that neat checkmate in 3 moves, which is very nice. I was very surprised to see that. And a lot of players would fall straight into it because of trying to save their bishop, and you can hardly blame them. But in sacrificing it, it doesn't work either. And I do hope you enjoyed that one. And thanks very much again for watching. Bye-bye for now.